Capricorn and collective, come on in, make yourselves comfortable. We are going to have another story hour. Capricorn, your download came in thick and fast, and it has a lot of parallels with the sign of Libra. There was just like these floodgates opened, and all of this intuitive information came funneling in around your sign. And so I'm going to need to take a little extra time with this one, but it definitely is a download, not just for Capricorn, but for the collective as well. So I find this quite fascinating. It makes sense on one level because currently Saturn is in Aquarius and Saturn is your ruler, Capricorn. And Aquarius is holding a big collective energy right now with Pluto being in Aquarius. It is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. So this is something that influences all of us. But there's so many synchronicity points here that I have to dive into. I have some channeled messages. A lot of it is astrologically based. But I want to sort of begin with the beginning, how this all started. At first, I thought that I was going to be reading for Sagittarius. Now, I already did the Sagittarius download for this lunar cycle. It came in last night. But Sagittarius was really trying to insert into your read, okay? So strongly, so powerfully. So you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. And I felt really drawn to go to my little magical library. It's one of those libraries where you can go and you can leave a book and you can take a book. And it's just something set up free for the community. And I only feel drawn to go there at particular times. So whenever I feel drawn to go there, I go because there's always some kind of message for me. And at first, I wasn't thinking, anything about the downloads coming in tonight, the fact that I was going to be reading for your sign. But when I did arrive at the little library, I did find quite a sign, a major synchronicity for me. This is a particular book that has been filtering into my life way, way, way back since 2009. Okay, so something in your situation could be tying all the way back to 2009. And the book is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. All right. Look at how the wolf is on the front there, Pathfinder coming in, path opening up, gateway of initiation here. This, of course, is the Chronicles of Narnia. And if you look on the back, it says they open a door and enter a world. And as soon as I saw that, it reminded me of a download that I already brought in on this channel. The thumbnail said 3 keys on it, which we're talking about 3 gateways of initiation. And, we've been having these 3 moons come in again. So I think we're about to re-enter this cycle of 3 moons of initiation that gets kicked off with the Virgo full moon on the 14th, which is the first lunar eclipse that kicks off eclipse season. So I think it's sort of syncing up with this download that I brought in back on June 19th, 2024, which was also right in middle of eclipse season. And that download is the Griffin, the Wizard, and the Portal Reality Tunnel Wild Card Read. And it was a collective download. So this at 411 on the clock. That's the 411, okay? Those Generation Xers and before that, no, 411 is the info, okay? So I do feel like this is information that is coming in for the collective. And there's quite a few syncs around the date that I released that download. First of all, as far as the signs associated with June 19th, we have Gemini, Cancer, cusp energy there. So Gemini, Cancer, cusp signs coming in quite strongly there. Also, June 19th could be of significance. It could be a date that dings something for you. It could be something that's going to come back around on June 19th this year. There could have been something that went down on that date last year that was of significance for you. I'm going to go into this astrology real quickly here just to talk about the different transits that were going on that day. Vesta entered Leo. So we got Leo on the scene here. Vesta deals all with the house and the hearth and all of that energy of just sort of like your foundation and making that a nurturing space. It's also associated with the priestess, but a lot of people don't equate Vesta with the priestess, and yet the priestesses of Vesta would keep the fires burning in Rome in her honor. Also, they weren't Vestal virgins, although that is where that sort of saying comes from, the priestesses who were devoted to Vesta, but they actually practiced, you could say, sacred tantric sort of practices. They provided a very different kind of initiatory gateway, you could say. So there could be themes like this that are sort of running through your energy signature at this time. Let's put it that way, okay? And this could be something that goes back to June 19th, 2024. At that time, Jupiter was in opposition to Gemini, and that went down when the moon entered Sag. The moon didn't enter Sag, though, until 12:27 p.m., and it later became sextile to Pluto at 3:29 p.m., but initially came in opposition. Sextile is a positive influence, so there was something there where initially perhaps something around communication was a little garbled, was a little concealed, was a little clouded, was a little muddled, confusing. And then some kind of harmonious aspect came in to sort of balance things out, maybe be able to peer into something that was operating on the subconscious, make matters a little bit more definitive, all right? Now, pay attention to this time. You might want to make a note of that time, 12:27 p.m. See what comes in tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow, the 8th is of significance. The 8th has been coming in for a while. And I say this because at 12:27 p.m., if I look at the numerology of that, that breaks down to 21 and then 3, okay? So the world, there was something there that came to a conclusion, all right, back around that time. And when we look at the number 3, we're looking at the house of Gemini. We're also looking at communication, okay? So there was something that was communicated that brought some kind of finality to a situation, wrapped up a certain cycle, all right? But by the time the moon went sextile Pluto at 3:29 p.m., which breaks down to 14, and then 5, okay, so we got temperance on the scene. There's that Sagittarian energy again. Something had shifted, all right? Something balanced out a little bit. And perhaps bringing something to a close gave you a certain sense of balance at that time. But I feel like it was only sort of like a temporary balance, because with the number 5, that is sort of a shifting sands kind of energy. Number 5, of course, is connected to the Hierophant in the tarot. So Taurus energy on the scene. And yes, something did balance out, but I do feel like whatever was balanced out, it's sort of moving into a state of flux now. And it's going to come back around the bend. I just saw 9:11 on the clock, so 911, okay? This might put your hackles up a little bit. Now, when I look numerologically at both of these, and I add the 3 and the 5, we get 8, okay? So there's that 8 number signature coming in again. The 8th is tomorrow. The 8th is significant. And with the number 8, we, of course, think of strength. In some decks, in other decks, 8 is justice, okay? So this brings in the quality of both Libra. It also brings in the quality of Leo, all right? This energy on the scene. So I feel like what you didn't have strength to sort of address at that time might have been sort of put on a temporary pause, okay? And now you do have the strength you need. You're in a much more solidified position to be able to bring this thing home to full closure at this time. You have strength to rise above the challenges of the past. And there's something going on karmically here. We have to remember that Libra was also in the South Node at this time last year. So there is something that's coming back around the bend that wasn't completed, okay? It was a temporary measure to sort of put things on pause, but this is coming back around. Now, in addition to these elements, before the moon ever entered Sagittarius that day, it was initially in Scorpio and it was in opposition to Uranus, okay? And that was in the sign of Taurus. Uranus was in the sign of Taurus at that time. Of course, Uranus is associated with Aquarius, so there comes in the connection with your sign. Saturn is your ruler, all right? So there is something at that time that was very unstable, and it was related to a hidden influence, something that was beneath the surface. And see, it was 11:13 on the clock when I brought that in. So again, justice energy with death energy, Scorpio energy, Libra energy. Like there's something that still needs to be brought to a complete closure here. And this is what's coming back around. The moon in Scorpio was also trine Neptune, which is connected to Pisces, all right? Also, another positive sign. So there was something there that maybe was started in the direction of, you know, balancing things out, being able to sort of reveal a blind spot to yourself, see something that you weren't able to see before, but it was not brought to full completion, okay? More details are going to be funneling in here. This is important to note at this time. So now I just want to bring in quickly here signs of significance that are connected to this download. We got Leo, we got Sagittarius, we got Pisces, we got Scorpio, we got Taurus, and we got a big connection to Libra, especially in relation to Libra that was holding down the South Node at that time, something that's still trailing from back there that needs to be brought to a closure now. Why is that important? Because currently we have Virgo that is in the South Node. Pisces is in the North Node. Libra passed the baton onto Virgo to hold down that South Node position. And the full moon on the 14th is the first lunar eclipse, tying back to this eclipse season last year when Libra was in that place, okay? We got Mercury going retrograde on the 15th, the day after this full moon in Virgo. We're in pre-shadow right now. So what you couldn't see back there, you are going to see now. It's very important to pay heed to this. Capricorn placements of significance in connection with all this astrology. Of course, natal sun, Capricorn, Jupiter in Capricorn, Neptune in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn, as well as these houses. Capricorn placement in the first house, second house, third house, fifth house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth house, and 12th house. And this is all very pertinent because this eclipse season is really going to fuel the intensity in the Virgo Pisces axis. So these signs on the scene because they are holding down the nodes of destiny. All right. So check out what you got going on in the 6th house, the 12th house as well, where your Virgo placements are, your Pisces placements are. It all matters. All right. I know that was a lot, but I feel like it's really important for this download coming in here, and where there are those specific details and where it does give you an opportunity to really look at your chart and understand your own inner cosmology better. I think it has value. Now, initially, when I got this book, okay, I said, I'm going to do a little bibliomancy for Sagittarius, okay? Because I thought I was going to be reading for Sagittarius. Because as soon as I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is coming into the next signs read that I'm doing tonight. And for some reason, I thought I was doing Sagittarius. So initially, I got a message for Sagittarius. So this might be giving you a clue about a particular Sagittarius you're dealing with, or it could have some kind of reference to a situation you're mutually mired in, okay? And I pulled out a card from the Tarot of Dragons. I haven't looked at the cards, so I don't know what they are, but I feel this will have a message in direct relation to this. And after I got the message for Sagittarius through my bibliomancy, I was like, wait a minute, Sag totally like snuck in there. Okay, so there's a little key there too. Sag might have snuck into perhaps that door. Perhaps they entered the wardrobe. Okay, they entered an area that you had sort of had sanctioned off. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this and see what this has to say. All right. So I'm not going to look at this card yet, but I'm going to read what came through for Sagittarius here. Okay. Tell us, Ed, said Susan, and Edmund gave a very superior look as if he were far older than Lucy. There was really only a year's difference. And then a little snigger and said, oh, yes, Lucy. And I have been playing, pretending that all her story about a country in the wardrobe is true, just for fun, of course. There's nothing there, really. Poor Lucy gave Edmund one look and rushed out of the room. Edmund, who was becoming a nastier person every minute, thought that he had scored a great success and went on at once to say, there she goes again. What's the matter with her? That's the worst of young kids. They're always, look here, said Peter, turning on him savagely. Shut up. You've been perfectly beastly to Lou ever since she started this nonsense about the wardrobe. And now you go playing games with her about it and setting her off again. Okay, so this could be letting you know about a character you are dealing with, either with a Sagittarius, or a Sagittarius is defending you against a character who is dealing with you in this way. Maybe somebody who is making light of something that is of great importance to you, something you have a lot of investment in. It could be something that you're sharing or something you're putting forward here. It's also like underestimating you, perhaps looking at you as if you are immature or somehow beneath them. This is just really a nasty kind of condescending energy. So let's see what the card is that I pulled out here. Oh, yeah, look at that. 5 of Cups. Okay, so whoever is the aggressor in this situation is now realizing that maybe they lost a great opportunity for some kind of healing or some kind of celebration. It looks like the cups have been spilled and they're looking back at this and thinking, perhaps, why did I get this person involved? Why did I bring this person into this situation? They don't see that there's an opportunity for alignment if they would only turn around and become more future oriented, but they're still looking back on the past and feeling a lot of regret around a wasted opportunity with the 5 of Cups there. A lot of disappointment, likely caused by somebody inserting themselves into a situation that they didn't belong in, okay? Now, we're going to check out what I then grokked for you. And again, 1911 on the clock. So I like this because first we were at 911, like there's an emergency here, something is reaching a critical point. But see, there is an opportunity to reclaim the dawn here. There is an opportunity to reclaim some happiness that was initially lost. There's a way to come back into alignment again, and also to have justice here. And isn't that interesting too? 19, that's Leo, the sun, and then we have 11, that's Justice, Libra, okay? Very interesting and almost like interchangeable energies there too. So just because in some decks the 8 is justice and the 11 is strength. Okay, so there's an interchangeable energy going on here too. It's a mirroring energy, which I find very fascinating, that's coming into play here. All right, this is what I got for you, Capricorn. True, said the witch, and then, well, I will begin. At that moment, with a rush and a snarl, a wolf rushed up to them. I have seen them. They are all at the stone table with him. They have killed my captain, Mogrim. I was hidden in the thicket and saw it all. One of the sons of Adam killed him. Fly, fly. No, said the witch. There need be no flying. Go quickly. Summon all our people to meet me here as speedily as they can. Call out the giants and the werewolves and the spirits of those trees who are on our side. Call the ghouls and the boggles, the ogres and the minotaurs. Call the cruels, the hags, the specters, and the people of the toadstools. We will fight. What? Have I not still my wand? Will not their ranks turn into stone even as they come on? Be off quickly. I have a little thing to finish here while you are away. The great brute bowed its head, turned and galloped away. Now, she said, we have no table. Let me see. We had better put it up against the trunk of a tree. Edmund found himself being roughly forced to his feet. Then the dwarf set him with his back against a tree and bound him fast. Now, isn't that interesting? See, now Edmund's needing a rescue. And I think that's really fascinating because it looks like when I think of the wolf is the pathfinder, but the wolf is also directly connected to Pisces. It's Pisces on the medicine wheel. So this could be in relation to somebody, potentially a Sagittarius, connected with one where they had a blind spot in the situation. And now the energy is sort of turning on them. Now they're in need of a rescue in a situation, or there's some kind of 12th house matter going on here. Either way, initially, somebody who was perhaps looking down their nose at you, discrediting you, or somehow thought they were better than you, that you were somehow beneath them, and maybe even was making light of it, talking smack about you, who knows? They're now in a position where they need a rescue because they're in some hot water. And I feel like this is what is ramping up. So this is some kind of complicated situation. It could involve a group of people, a group of wizards, okay? Especially with that download, this ties into the 3 keys. I will link that card for that download on this one so you can go back and watch it. I think it would be a good one to tune into because I feel like it's being activated with this full moon that's going to come in Virgo. All right, let's check out your card, Capricorn. Look at this. You have the 4 of Wands. Do you see what I'm saying? You got some alignment coming in for you that at one point eluded you because of some kind of interference. It looks like a real group of like alchemists throwing some nasty stuff around, all right? We're going to stick in these terms of alchemy for this read. You know here that if you don't resonate with that, you can always flip-flop it to be about a manipulative group of people, okay? But we're looking at it through this lens because this download came in so magically. And come on, it's associated with the Chronicles of Narnia. Now, this is important. I do want to mention all of the different titles in the Chronicles of Narnia because they feel they also have a message. And then we'll actually get into getting some cards and getting a read on this situation. So we have the Magician's Nephew. Of course, the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe. The horse and his boy. Okay, so there very well could be a Sagittarius connected to this situation. All right. Could be a Sagittarius that has a child, a son in particular. Prince Caspian, the voyage of the Dawn Trader, which is interesting because we've had so many messages coming in about getting in a ship to sail for distant shores. So I see this is really like a continuation. This is a chronicle. These reads are like the chronicles rolling out here. It's pretty wild. Here is the connection to Libra, the silver chair. Okay, so here comes the silver again. So I feel the chair is sort of representing like your throne, your position, you know, you holding down court at the North Node, a position that is earmarked for you, something that is your rightful title, something that belongs to you. And this is warded, this is protected. Remember, the silver protects from werewolves. And here, whoever this wolf character is that's giving the news, all of this energy is sort of being stirred up here. There's some witch that's like, we're going to throw everything at them, but they can't because it's totally aligned with you and it's warded for you, which is why I set up the title of this download in the way I did. They opened a door and entered a world to find you there, Capricorn, ready for the last battle. And I do feel like this is the battle royale. That is another energy that's been coming in here. This is the last dance with this particular devil. Some score is being settled here. And after the silver chair, we have the last battle. Okay, so something is coming to a culmination point. Something that should have been finished off but wasn't before is coming back around to be addressed. And we're going to go ahead and open up here and get some details with the tarot and the dragons. I'm going to look on the bottom of the deck here. Four of Pentacles. Okay, so right now it's just about really staying grounded, holding down your position. You've already put certain things in place. You have stability here. I feel like you're in the vantage point here where you are sort of above the fray of what's rolling out here. But I do feel like there's some tricky energies that are going to be flaring up here to try to seize control over a situation that has actually been taken out of their hands. The roots of the tree, remember, that's something that was coming in very strongly recently on the download. So again, your roots go really deep here. Your roots are a source of sustenance, a source of strength for you at this time. Some of you may work with the dryads. Some of you may be very connected to tree medicine. You may have a special tree that you work with. If you do, you should connect with your tree at this time. It could be, again, as that download had come in before in relation to the roots, that somebody was trying to tap into your roots. They were trying to tap into your power source. They were trying to tap into a body of knowledge that comes through your bloodline. They were trying to tap into your magic, even as they sort of look down their nose at you as an alchemist, maybe thinking that you didn't have a certain authority in particular realms, and now they're about to learn otherwise. I feel like in this situation, their manipulations have been falling flat. They're noticing that nothing's landing, nothing's working. They're seeing that you're getting stabilized. They're seeing that you're getting to like the next level here. You're advancing in some way. Their thwarting efforts are no longer working. And so this is why the energy is going to flare up, because it wants to try to seize back control that has been lost. Okay. Bottom of the deck here. I love it. Look, there's strength. All right. It comes out. You have everything you need here to overcome this situation. You see, there's the dawn. It's already in view for you. And you're up high on this mountaintop. So that energy of the stone people, it is about, yes, be vigilant, be aware of what's coming at you. But you already are in sort of a position where you've risen above these challenges. So you don't need to be thwarted in any way by what's coming at you. And in fact, you're going to see it coming from a mile away. And you do have a dragon ally here that's helping to protect your treasure. In some cases, it could be somebody who, initially sided with these people that realized maybe they didn't have it quite right. Maybe these people are now turning on them. Ooh. Okay. There it is. You knew it would come in at some point. You knew it would come in at some point. Oh, that's interesting. So a message just came through on my end, you see. Somebody's trying to get a message through too. Maybe you block access to somebody to be able to connect with you, reach out to you. It's like they're trying to force their way in. 8:44 on the clock, double eight. Oh, yes, it's a tower coming in. It's a tower coming in for this individual who has been sort of trampling your boundary lines. Wow. Yeah, and it's coming in with a quickness with the Knight of Swords. See, you have some truth here that you're already aligned with. And in fact, this truth is allowing you to stay very calm in the eye of the storm as everything is whirling around you here. You already got Fraggle Rock firmly in your grasp, and the answers you've been seeking, you will soon receive, because I do see you got a Knight of Swords that is charging towards you. Somebody may be trying to get access to the truth, but they can't get to it. Again, you got too much warding here that's preventing entry, all right? But somebody is trying to rush in very quickly to get access to this. Yeah, because they see that they've lost the keys to the kingdom with the 10 of Cups in reverse. You see, it's a group of people here who are trying to figure a way out of this situation. There's a whole group of them here. How many people do we got here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Looks like there's 4 here. There's 4 here that realize they lost something to the South Node. These 10 of Cups have been spilled. And right behind that, we got the Emperor. So you've already seized the kingdom here. Something's already secured for you. I see that. And in order for them to even get anywhere near you, they got to make it to that distant shore. But there's a lot of illusion there too. You see, there's the reflection on the water. You may be really good at sort of casting a glamour or throwing somebody off the scent of a trail. You may have felt this energy sort of trying to infiltrate recently. I feel like you're in a really strong position here, though. This group does not have access to this. One more round of this, and then I'll do a cut of deck, and I'll get some details with these shadow light playing cards here. Yeah, somebody's wanting to communicate to you. I feel like they're wanting to communicate like aggressively, though. It's like they want to chew you out. They want to give you a piece of their mind. They're also like wanting to know something that you know, but this energy is getting its walking papers because we got the 6 of Swords here. And again, you've already risen above this. So it's time for this energy to go away. I feel like this energy is being sent away. And bottom of the deck, we got Justice right there. And look at that, the great horned owl. Okay, so very well. You could have a strong Libra placement. This is possible. There's a lot of Libra connection with this read. Also, Justice, there is that Libra card. I like how that came out before. There's somebody here who has seen the details with that mouse medicine there. And with the great horned owl, this is somebody who seems to be teaming up with you here. I mean, the owl is Sagittarius, right? And this could even be somebody that is working with you on a magical level, okay? So maybe you're tag teaming a particular issue here. You've both spotted like a little detail, and that's the key to unraveling this. And with that, it was 34:11 on the clock. 711, there's that number again. I did look up what the angel number 711 means, and it's basically about being at a time when it is time to like let something go, bring something to a closure, find a sense of release in a situation. as well as knowing that you're on the right track. Where you're going is lining you up with stuff that you've been working really hard for. So I feel like this alignment is coming in. I do feel like you've had a group here that's been able to delay some stuff for you, but that's coming to an end. Something is being balanced out here. And I do feel you have somebody that initially maybe was causing some problems for you is starting to recognize that they put their trust or they aligned with the wrong people, because now they're in a position where they're like, oh, now they're turning on me. Okay. So something is balancing out here, but it's because certain details are being revealed that weren't seen before. So do pay attention to the details. They are significant. Do pay attention to what energies are coming towards you, what people are reaching out to you that you haven't heard from for a while. And what are they wanting? Are they asking you lots of questions? Are they wanting information? This is what you need to ward against. I would not reveal my hand or any details to anybody that you've had problems with in the past. See, because they only want access to this information so they can turn the energy around and bring a tower to you. So you do need to be aware of this. Cut of the deck energy. What do we got here? Oh, beautiful. 6 of Cups. Okay, so there is somebody that you are aligning with here. This is somebody who's meant to join you on your campaign. It's somebody who is here to share the road with you. They are one of your soulmates that has come in here. And on the other side there, we have the High Priestess. So it's very interesting to me because I feel like there was all this message coming in about sort of Lucy, you know, being a ditz, you know, just being childish and not really having any access to magic or any kind of arcane knowledge. And I feel like somebody recognizes that you do have this ability, you do have this sight, you do know your way around that particular territory where maybe somebody sort of tried to challenge you. It's almost got this vibe of like maybe somebody trying to duke it out with you magically. Oh my goodness. And right behind that, what do we got? We got the World. Okay. So whoever was trying to duke it out with you here thought that they could, you know, steal your glory, steal your thunder. No, this is warded for you. This is protected. And all evil eyes turned on you are now going blind. In other words, they're not going to be able to see into certain areas that they want access to. There might even be something going on where their vision is being cloaked. So they don't have knowledge about this. Something is coming in such a way where it's protected. It can't be interfered with. The only thing that could slip you up that you need to be mindful of is sort of spilling the beans to these people coming around looking for information. Whoever's coming around, they're a griffin trying to get their hands on some treasure that were sent out by a particular high priestess here, okay? You need to be mindful of this. Whoever this high priestess is, this high priestess is connected to a blind spot, all right? This is somebody that at one point you may have considered a friend, you may have been very familiar with this person, but this person has been working at odds against you, right? And now this is firmly being closed. I feel that door that was once opened, and it feels like it was a door that was forced open. Somebody forced open a door to get access to something they never were supposed to have opened, is now being shut once and for all. See, the completion is finally coming through. Isn't that wild? So let's go ahead and just get one round here to close this out with the Shadowlight playing cards, bottom of the deck. Queen of Clubs. Yes, you are in your power. You're in your strength here. Your fire is forward. You got your wand and you know how to use it, you know. This person may think they can throw all they want at you, but you're the one who's holding the power now. Your throne is secured. You have earned your spot. Nobody can take this from you. It's something that's your birthright, and it's also something you put in motion. And there is this desire to slow you down, but this thwarting energy is turning back around from whence it came. All right. Interesting. Let's get some more details here coming in. That Queen of Clubs is coming in the light. Okay, so fire sign energies could be your ally in this situation. Maybe somebody who initially was problematic is now turning into an ally, all right? It's up to you how you relate to that. You could choose to let this person in, or you may choose to just let it go, you know, be at peace with it. Thanks for the assist. I appreciate you showing up and finally seeing the truth in a situation, coming to my aid. But that doesn't mean you have to let somebody back into the fold, so to speak, either, okay? I do feel like there's a deep connection with this person, whoever they are. Oh, it's interesting. The Ace of Spades wanted to come out, but went back in the deck. So I feel like there might be a part of you that would be more sort of leaning to really say, no, I'm cutting that off. But I don't know, you might rethink that. You might decide to just move away from the troubles now that the burdens will be taken away, you know, now that you're being put in the loop of what's been going on. A lot of this may have been going on online, okay? You might get some receipts here. And I do feel like something that was held back for a long time here, maybe even two people that were partnering together, you know, that sort of left you to fend for yourself. This is the situation that is turning back around. This has been quite an ordeal here. I see that. And I do feel like you've been fending off a lot. Okay. Now we have here 3 cards, 2 light covering a shadow element. So let's see what this shadow element is. It's this energy that is trying to really slow things down again with the Jack of Diamonds. I mean, somebody really was trying to bring your progress to a grinding halt, or they could have been interfering with somebody or something coming your way, sort of freezing that out, putting that on hold. What do we got here? Wow. Oh my goodness. There's the King of Clubs in the light, coming in with the 6 of Hearts in the light. This is soulmate action. We got Queen of Clubs to King of Clubs. This is somebody you're meant to align with here. This is what's being recovered from this energy that was trying to slow this down. So I just want to get a little detail about this because I'm curious. What does Capricorn and the collective need to know about this energy that has been trying to thwart things? Any more details you want to give about this, Spirit? Any more details you want to give in regard to this situation, Spirit, around this energy that's been trying to block and hold things up? It's now being given its walking papers. Any details that we should be mindful of, aware of here, Spirit? Oh, okay. You're definitely dealing with like an earth sign energy here. Somebody's got like strong earth placement in their chart. That's your energy. Okay. But you could also be dealing with somebody who maybe wanted to take your spot. Maybe they've been kind of mimicking your energy. I can see that. Look, they really like to make a mess of things. They do. They like to make a mess of things. This interfering energy is ramping up. So do be prepared for this. Ooh. And this card went into the kennel. So somebody is getting locked up here with the King of Hearts in the shadow. Okay. Some water sign energy coming in there. Look at that. 10 of Diamonds in the shadow. This is in relation to something that was done to try to interfere with your reputation, your success, your business. I mean, this was directly focused on you. That's your house. And somebody here was really trying to block what was your birthright. Also really affect public opinion about you. Could have done something really shady in terms of your profits, your finances. There could have been some kind of theft involved. If somebody did something shady like this, I feel like they're going to get caught up. They're going to get caught up. This could even be a past lover too, with the King of Hearts coming out here in the shadow. Highly manipulative energy. What's behind that King of Hearts? Has a lot to do with your work. Also, this person, that was their aim. They were really throwing a lot of work at you. It's like a smear campaign kind of energy. And now, whatever they were hiding behind here, their defenses are totally falling away because something is being seen very, very clearly. This opens your road with the Two of Clubs, but this is not a victory for this particular joker. Once this is seen and once this comes to light, okay, which it will with this particular eclipse cycle, it's not so funny anymore. Now this person's caught up kind of in that hanged man position, okay? What do we got here? Yeah, this was in relation to some kind of illusion that was spun, some kind of glamour with the Seven of Hearts, and something that was continually thrown at you repeatedly where you really felt like you were fending off one thing after another. There was a lot of stress. There was a lot of anxiety in relation to this. This energy is whipping back around, okay? And I do feel like you are going to get some kind of message coming in here. You should be aware. Isn't this wild? It's still coming in with that spades energy. So this is somebody that you were connected with in the past. They're going to come at you like a Knight of Swords. They're going to want to really get their hands on some information here. You'll know who this character is because this person is really cruel and cutting. They could be an ex. For the King of Spades to come in with the King of Hearts, both in the shadow. This could be somebody you were either romantically involved with in the past, or they were involved with somebody that you were romantically connected to. They could have been somebody who was the third party element here. All right. Big air sign energy there. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. So we had justice come out upright. Libra energy looks like it's in the clear here. So I would say this would likely be somebody. I mean, you could be dealing with another Libra. If you had a Libra ex that was really very cold, cruel, on the attack with you, I could say that that could fit, especially if they have strong water placements in their chart. But I'm leaning more toward Aquarius and Gemini just because of the other indications that came out in connection with the old karmic cycle and the fact that justice came out upright. That kind of gives me a good clue here. But for some of you, that may resonate. So we're going to bring it in, all right, just to give some identifying factors here. So it looks like you're in the clear. You just need to be aware that there's some communication coming towards you that you need to be careful what you tell this person because they may come off like they're, being friendly, or they may try to manipulate you in some way to make you feel like it's important for you to share some information with them. Don't fall for it, okay? Don't fall for it, because I do feel like that's the one thing that could undo all of this for you. Let me do a cut of the deck, see what we got here. Look at this, see? 9 of Diamonds. There's something that's being restored here for you. It's beautiful, okay? Some treasure of yours that was taken out of your hands is being restored here. So these griffins aren't going to get away with this. And I do feel with the 4 of Diamonds coming up in the shadow, something that did affect your security. Maybe you didn't know the details. Maybe you weren't sure why things were held up. I do feel like you're getting some kind of news that lets you know what was happening there. It feels like you got somebody who's rising to your defense or is here to help you out. Okay. Strong Sagittarian indications in relation to that. Whatever it is, restores your stability. Okay. So whatever was disrupted is now being restored. And that's fixed with the 5 of diamonds coming up in the light. This is fixed. This is going to be in place. This is the last battle. You're not going to be affected by this anymore. And with that, we also have some restoration of some connection that at one point was divided is coming back into alignment with the 2 of hearts in the light. And I feel like for you, this is total wish fulfillment, something that is much deserved. It took a long time to get here. Quite a wild download. All right. That's what I got for you. But do be prepared because you're not there yet. You will see it coming from a mile away. Do be vigilant. Be vigilant about what you're sharing with people who are approaching you. Okay. Because somebody is coming around to try to get some information. I would just be aware of that, especially if somebody is trying to pull you into anything that feels like it's verging on gossipy. Don't go there, okay? It will really, really work against you at this time. Especially be careful around any exes, okay? King of Spades as well can be a Virgo too, all right? So we did see Earth energy came out pretty strongly here. And it's funny how when the Queen of Diamonds came out, it's like that's when everything flew all over the place. So I do feel like you're getting approached by somebody here that's either connected to your ex, okay? Somebody you were romantically involved with or at the bare minimum had some kind of dalliance with. And they're approaching you like a friend, okay? But you saw what happened. It's like everything flew all over the place. They bring a lot of discord with them. They bring a lot of chaos with them. They will take your security and uproot it, and you do need to be aware of this. So drop in for that download, the 3 keys that was connected to the Griffin, the Wizard, and the portal, because that is activating right now.